Sit here. I just came here. Sit here.
Mind my business. The fight breaker, I shot. You don't say you can put it up on me.
That's all right.
The people that's fighting just to walk away? Are you serious? I don't do nothing. What did I do? What am I doing? Take you left for what? I didn't sell anything. Whole time, I'm not business. What are you talking about? You about to do what? Who did I sell cigarette to? To whom? The best with you. I'm tired of it. It stops today.
This guy right here is forcibly trying to lock somebody up for breaking up a fight.
Everybody standing there until I didn't do nothing. I did not sell nothing. I'm minding my business, officer.
Hold on.
Don't touch me, please. Do not touch me.
That's what they do, Negroes in America. That's what they do after they kidnapped and brought you here. Demons. Demons. Look at them. You ain't seen nothing yet, y'all. Look. Look at that. Put their knee on them. A creature. After we died in every battlefront. Look at it. Look, what a disgrace before God.
Police beating up on people.
Yeah.
Look right here.
The demonic state. Look at this.
Okay. All he did was break up a fight. And this is what happens for breaking up a fight. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's what it is. That's what it is. Watch.
You can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
Look, now, man, they gave this man a seizure.
Yo, move out the way. Yo.
It's my brother. We live here.
Look, that's how they murdered him. They murdered him in cold blood.
Back it up.
I'm going to my house.
This way. Let's go.
Can't go in my
In the house or that way?
Alright, I go that way.
Pick a choice.
Let me get my bike.
You had your chance to get your bike, sir. Staying over there right now. We have to see it.
He's dead. That guy choked him to death. That's him. Good afternoon, folks. It's Old Truth Speaker 1960. First of all, this is a short vid. I just wanted, a lot of people asked me what was my opinion on the Eric Garner case. Remember what happened? I did a video on this a few years back where Officer Daniel Pentalio strangled Eric Garner to death when the man was screaming, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe." And the feds just shut up the case. You know, they never responded or anything. But I'm just going to give you a little bit, a brief synopsis on the case. A New York City police officer involved in the infamous chokehold death. The chokehold was illegal by New York police standards. It was illegal. Of choking of a man caught allegedly selling bootleg, and like they said, they didn't catch him. He's just stopped the fight. He may have been selling cigarettes, but he just stopped the fight. Formally charged with violating New York City regulations, Officer Daniel Pentalio will face disciplinary proceedings in the internal case to be heard and by the Civilian Complaint Review Board. New York Police Department officials told WABC TV. Pentalio was recorded on cell phone video July 17, 2014, putting Eric Garner in a banned New York Police Department chokehold as other officers helped take him to the ground. In the video, Garner repeatedly said, "I can't breathe. I can't breathe." He had a chokehold lock on him. And it is pretty disgusting, and it took 4 years. Do you understand me? This is what they think of African Americans. I mean, this wasn't a gang-banging dope slinger. But he should have been convicted and sent to prison 4 years ago. I'm not talking about a gangbanger or a dope slinger. I'm talking about a regular African American. He just stopped the fight. How terrible. I mean, and his daughter died a few months ago. Just how horrible. Now, on to the main part. And the question is, cops keep getting called on black people for being black. children selling lemonade, children selling water to help the football team. One girl, a little 8-year-old girl, a white woman called the cops on her in the front of her apartment building, selling bottles of water to pass by, trying to raise money. Families outside barbecuing. I mean, it's pretty disturbing, folks. I mean, why are these people doing this? What's the purpose of people calling the cops on black people continuously, minding their own business? One guy was even, they called the cops on him for opening his own business. How disgusting. After we've been in every battle. I had to tell you before, as I've said on numerous occasions, I've had relatives in World War I. I had an uncle December 7th, 1941, Pearl Harbor vet. For World War II. Countless relatives in World War II, but one specifically was in Pearl Harbor when it was bombed by the Japanese. These guys came home and got treated like crap, but he had his own businesses. That's the only thing that saved him, but the rest of those guys didn't end up well. But why are they continuously, the seed of it is racism. That's what's so disturbing. This is what Dr. King said. I fear that I've integrated my people into a burning house. How horrible. I mean, there's been no progress. Everything we've got now, some of the things the government is trying to roll back. We're in more trouble now than we've ever been. I mean, the little progress that was made, remember all of these civil rights leaders, most of those guys were murdered. But I hope we just leave that alone for right now. The attack on the black family, the policy of benign neglect by Daniel Patrick Moynihan was given to Richard Nixon. That pretty much was the icing on the cake for the black family, to take the man out of the black household. 75% of all black children are born in a single parent household. One attack after the other. It's pretty dangerous and bad out there, folks. You know. And it said, this one, it says, pretty disturbing stories this summer about white people calling the police on black people for cutting the grass or using the swimming pool. And I mean, one disturbing story after the other. And I just want you to listen to this. One columnist, one professor of the Georgetown University, the chokehold of the black community, on the black community. For anyone who has been frustrated by the proliferation of cell phones and the fact that people can't seem to keep their noses out of other people's business. I'm just giving you a little bit of brief synopsis. Racism is at the seat of what's going on in this community. A United States totally divided by this administration. I mean, it's going on and on. The root of these incidents, I think what we're seeing today is living while black, with the police being called on people of color just on their daily lives and their daily routine, stem from a long history of discrimination, residential segregation, and redlining. You know what a redlining policy is? That was the banks with the authority of the government to put you in housing after you're paying for it in hoods, neighborhoods that were darn near destroyed. See, you didn't create ghettos. They were there when they put you in them. They tried to do that with my grandparents in New York, but it didn't work. That's subject for another video. I think we have long put the restraints, both formal and informal, on where we allow, or where certain people allow they want black people to be. This is from, you should read this. I'm not going to read. What we have is America totally divided. And since we have this administration, we're just total chaos all over America. I'm not talking about thugs and gangsters. I'm talking about hard-working people, black folks going to school, even other people of color, Hispanics, people legally going about their daily business, school, work, cutting grass, children selling lemonade and water, people on barbecuing. There's even reports at jail where a student in a popular area studying for a test, a black person, just fell asleep. A person called the cops on them, because really, you very rarely see a black person calling the cops on anybody, because they know that could mean the difference between life and death. And the people who are calling the cops on these innocent black people, they know this very well. But beware, you're going to reap what you sow. God is going to punish somebody for this. Your bigotry and racism. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Malcolm X was right. And another thing I want to add. This must stop. This is why we need to police our own neighborhoods. Encourage your children to be entrepreneurs. We need black folks to police our own neighborhoods. Take these tests, go. If these are, the main thing is keep God first. Because he who keeps Israel neither slumbers nor sleep. Somebody's going to pay for these atrocities. Yes, history seems to be repeating itself. The black community is we're going further and further back. I started to say something about a prosperous community. Black Wall Street, we have who were attacked from the air. They were destroyed. 1921, Tulsa, Oklahoma. In World War II, the people, black people had to walk behind the German prisoners of war. See, remember, you were brought here for something, for nothing, to work 16, 17 hours a day. And when you hear stories about our communities where black on black crime and violence is rampant and the murder rate is just appalling, our ancestors are turning over in their grave. Remember, they were kidnapped and brought here. This is disgraceful and this is disgusting, and we have to do better if we're to survive. We're getting tired of hearing this kind of foolishness. God didn't create us just to butcher one another. I'm sorry, I should have went off. I just wanted to tie all this in. If we don't respect ourselves, nobody else is going to respect us. But these policemen, not all police are bad. Not all whites are racist. Not all blacks are racist. We're just stating a fact. In certain areas where they seem to want us to be centralized in. Gentrification. Look at some of the most prosperous black communities. Look what they've done. The government just let these banks do it with the discriminatory housing policies. And the banks, with their loans, that's discrimination. You mean you won't give me a loan to buy a house in certain communities, but you give it to somebody else? I'm going to pay for that. We need our own community. Do you understand? Let's build up our own community. I didn't say segregation. That's not what I'm talking about. You see the Chinese community? You see the American Indian community? They don't go around marching up. How much marching up and down has really benefited African Americans? If anything, you need an economic boycott. People understand money. Do you understand that? Keep your money in your own community. The Jewish community, their money separates, their money circles in their community 18 times before it goes out. You've been voting for Democrats for I don't know how long. The Democrats are not going to do anything. They have not and are not going to do anything for you. You're voting for these people for nothing. Not that the Republicans are anything, they're just as bad, but I'm just giving you a point. Stop voting for these people if they're not going to do anything for you. Look at our communities. Now we stoop to the facts where even our children are being harassed by crooked cops. Hell, almost a lot of them do is sell drugs. Not all. But you know what I mean. Let's build up our community. Train your children to be entrepreneurs. Because if we can't feed and clothe ourselves, I'm giving it to you, it's oversimplification, but if we can't feed and clothe ourselves, we're still going to rely on who? That's not what God said. And we have to take responsibility for our own actions. Train your children to be entrepreneurs, open up their own businesses so our money can circulate in our community so we can build up more businesses and hire and send more of our children to school and colleges and universities. Darn all this talk about gangbanging and all kind of foolishness. Do you know what the population of blacks in America is? Appalling. We arrest more people here in America than any other country on earth. That's appalling. We can do better. Let's put God first. Let's march on, praise God. Be careful out there, folks. It's extremely dangerous. And you have a lot of hateful people out there. Me, personally, I just don't like to fool around with people who don't like me. I haven't gotten that far yet. Remember, you are somebody. And God bless you. And be careful out there.